Yo, what's up, family? What's up? What's up? It's your boy MGK in the building, back at y'all with another teaching. And make sure y'all like the video, share the ancient wisdom and knowledge from my ancestors to that the Most High gave to them. Y'all like the video. And if y'all want, like I said, y'all want to get in contact with me, reach me at melanated_God_king. And let's get into the teaching. Today's ancient teaching is basically, it's going to be a little bit heavy, but ain't going to be too long with y'all. Today's teaching is basically on anxiety and depression, because I was been thinking about that for this week, and on how been looking at, seeing about how other people, just melanated sisters and brothers, just talking to them and listening on Instagram on live. You know how a lot of times we can have all these materialistic things and have all the top quality jobs, even if you don't, you are living in a low state or whatever. And how anxiety and depression can kick in by what people say, by what people's energy. That you can be hanging with somebody, you could pick up that same mentality or that same energy, transferred it to you, and you don't even know why you acting like that. And that's crazy how a lot of times we're not taught to pay attention to the energy or to the spiritual things. Don't be ignorant of Satan devices. Don't be ignorant of the negative energies that's trying to take over your life. It's trying to bring you down to a low frequency, whereas the Most High wants to be on that high frequency. But we have the balance of knowing how to defeat the negative side, so we won't have that come in our lives, come in our temple, and have it it'll bring division within our within families or with yourself, with relationship with the Most High. So y'all go get y'all Bibles, and we're gonna go to the book of Psalms, chapter 119, and we're gonna start off at verse 111 and down. I'm gonna stop. And thy testimonies have I taken as an heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform thy statutes always, even unto the end. Verse 113. I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Depart from me. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. Depart. I come against evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of the Most High. Uphold me according to thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe, and I will have respect unto thy statutes continually. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from my statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I will love thy testimonies. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee. I am afraid of thy judgments. You see though, let's go. If y'all go back to verse 113, and as in the script, in the papyrus, say, I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love. I hate evil thoughts that try to come to me, just like the topic, depression, anxiety. These are thoughts that how the enemy will try to get you to seem like, hey man, life ain't all that, life is bad. You look. See, this how the enemy gonna tell you. This is how I'm telling. This how it go. You can just like when I was in high school, how just talking to certain people, like, man, like they can be having the top scholarships. You can be having a flies car. You can be having all these things, but you still have depression because what's going on at home. See, this how the enemy gonna tell you. Look, hey man, look. To my man, look at that, man. Look, you ain't doing so good on the field. Hey, I'm telling you, like, hey, look, man, look, you might as well give up that old football career. Look at the coach don't want to start you, and look, you ain't reading that playbook right. You show like you coming to practice, but you ain't throwing right. Even on the female side, my melanated goddesses, I'm telling this. See, the enemy really work. They really work on both sides, the male side and the female. But see, really, they trying to get at the goddesses, the melanated goddesses on how trying to get, like, look at that. They trying, this what them trying to tell you, that like with that old cream, trying to remove your melanated skin that the Most High bless you with, and trying to have you getting all these different surgeries on how to look, try to have like these, what they call it, plastic surgery all up in your backside, and trying to get all up in your breasts and all that. Like, no, I'm gonna say this, don't let what people say on TV, television, tell lies to what you see, to get to your subconscious mind. Don't let that or what people say on social media, or what people say in reality, make you feel down about yourself. The Most I say, that's what the script said. I come against evil. I come against vain thoughts. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 3. And then I'm going to say, don't let anybody at your job or what anybody say make you feel bad at what you're doing. Because that's how the enemy is able to get in. So let's go. I'm going to say it again. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 3. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. See there? Once you know how to come against these negative things, these negative thoughts, especially anxiety, trying to get, see that the enemy trying to get people by yourself and make it seem everything is bad going on in your life, wants you to commit suicide, wants you to be going to kill somebody, and especially being depressed, and making it seem that how this materialistic things is gonna make it better, and it's only for a season, baby. And plus, let's go to Proverbs chapter 12 verse 25. Because I see it all the time, and I hear it how even with okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, Proverbs chapter 12 verse 25. Heaviness in the heart of man make it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. Verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. The slothful man roasted not that which he took in hunting, but the substance of the diligent man is precious. In the way of your righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. See there? That's what the enemy don't want you to have, a precious life and being at peace with yourself and with the Most High and the people that the Most High put in your life. That's willing, that's on the path, that's on that spiritual path, and willing to show you things to elevate things in your life. That's righteousness. And then let's go to Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Let's go to let's see. Never mind. Okay. I thought I seen something over there. Seen the script. But let's go to Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. Fear thou not, I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Let's see. See, the Most High is always with us at all times. You got to know, and a lot of times when you okay, you just want to make sure I'm going to the right scripture. We have to really pay attention on how the enemy will try to get at us on a daily basis, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and rulers in high places. Just cause somebody got $1 million in their bank account, just doesn't mean that what's going on at the house, what's going on with them as an individual person. See, the enemy will try to make it seem like, man, look, man, having $1 million, got all this materialistic stuff, but are you really happy? You know what I'm saying? It's not like how the enemy try to just give you all this materialistic thing, like, hey, get the money, get all the high top career, but then you still have problems. You getting depressed. Whereas the Most High say, I add no sorrow to it. I'm not gonna add no sorrow to your life. Want us to get the wisdom and knowledge on how to come against these negative energies, and how to not to fall into the materialistic realm. Because whenever you start whenever you start coming against these, I'm telling you, just that's on anxiety and depression alone, you gonna look. This is a everyday. This is a lifestyle. You got to fast and pray on a daily basis and come against these evil thoughts. This is a spiritual war right now that's going on, especially within our community, that we not really paying attention. It's free. Paying attention is free, but if you not paying attention to what the enemy is doing, then you're gonna have to pay. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ignorant of Satan's devices, my melanated family. I'm telling y'all, man. We're not talking religion. We talking spirituality and wisdom and knowledge, man. Because this is not getting taught. This is not taught. And then what's another thing in religion? They tell you follow what somebody say instead of going to the Most High. You have to do all these things. You have to do all these things, but you still not happy. You know what I'm saying? What's the point? You know? Okay, we move on to Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 10. Therefore remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh. For childhood, youth, or vanity. See, that's how the enemy try to get us at while we're in our childhood. Trying to bring sadness and depression. Little kids get depressed. A lot of time with a lot of adults, a lot of them that went through that, they understand it. But you have a lot of people figure that, oh, I got a great career, I got all this money, I can get my kids all these things, but are you really talking to your son? Are you really talking to your daughter at the table, sitting together? See, that's how the enemy want us to bring division within the family. Because we're going to get on that in a little bit too, on how bringing division. So we want to sit down talk, like come together at the table, or just talking on the phone. We get older, a lot of times kids move out or might be at work like, hey man, your dad, like the son, like yo pops, just want you to just pray with me and like tell them what's going on so we can come against the enemy and try to bring evil thoughts in your mind like, hey look, we're coming against depression right now by fire. Even the melanated goddesses, even the sisters, call up moms and tell like, hey, what's going on? Or even have friends have friends that know about these things as well. A lot of times go to the Most High. Go to the source. But hey, go to the Most High in all things of life. I'm telling y'all. The Most High will use people as well. To like, hey man, look, I see you going through this right here. We're gonna pray for you. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 6. Another 2 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 6. Nevertheless, the Most High that comforted those that are cast down comforted us by the coming Titus. See there? Let's see, hold on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's start, and then let's just go up to verse 1 of the same chapter, 2 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of the Most High. Verse 2. Receive us, we have wronged no man, we have corrupted no man, we have defrauded no man. I'm telling y'all, man, we got to really come against these things on a daily basis. And then we'll go to Proverbs chapter 17 verse 22. Let's see. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 22. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. See, the Most High wants you to have a precious heart, but the enemy don't want you to have a heart of dry bones. Don't want to have you having joy in your life. Wants you to have anxiety and depression. So they can come in and keep feeding those thoughts and you act upon it. Don't. I'm telling, cause I used to, ain't gonna say get depressed, but I used to be like, man, cause I went through a phase, I had that little chubby phase when I was younger. As soon as I got to high school, some of y'all know me personally, a lot of y'all might not. So it was a point in my life that I went, used to be real skinny as a kid, and things later on with Mickey D's, everybody know that went through that little chubby phase and lost all that weight. But see how the enemy gonna try to do is when you lose that weight, you feeling good, so forth and so on. But then try to have a way like, hey man, if you eat, you gonna gain that weight back. You eating all that, you lifting weight, but you gonna have that old belly back. But I never had listened to that. I still don't. It tries to come, but I know how to come against it by fire. Just the fact that how even within our culture, making it seem like how black people, that melanated people, how we are the original people of the earth, and what society gonna tell you gonna make you feel bad because you repping your coat, you got your dashiki on, you repping your you got your afro, you you got your jewelry on, G'd all up, you got your muscles going on. Gonna make you feel bad about yourself. Once you have love for yourself and you don't let the depression, anxiety, or what negative words what people have to say, when you know your power to come against that, it's not gonna bother you. You have to have the right keys to open the door. You feel what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, here you go, right here. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 3. And then we'll go to 4. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. Verse 4. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgments. Verse 6. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. Verse 7. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. Verse 8. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. See there? Don't let what people's words or things that the enemy trying to speak in your head, trying to get you to commit suicide, trying to get you to make you feel bad about yourself. And don't make people with family members even say either make you feel bad because you loving the Most High, you loving your melanated skin. Because a lot of times your own family can be your worst enemy if you let it. A lot of times you can be your own worst enemy if you listen what people say, negative things what people say. A lot of time you let that spirit transfer to you, then you up there lying to yourself. These are things you got to come against on a daily basis before you even go to sleep, before y'all even go to sleep at night. Come against these negative things that tries to come in, even in the night season, even in the day season while you sleep. I'm telling y'all because this stuff, like I say all the time, it goes on. Even in food, we're gonna get in that in just a minute. Even in food, or like I did the teaching on, we're gonna get one more scripture. And one more scripture, well, two more scriptures, and we're gonna conclude the Bible scripture. We'll get into the documentation. Well, man, I'm telling you. Let's see. You know what? Let's get. Hold on. I want to get to what is it? Proverbs 17. Proverbs 17 and 18 and 19. A man's void of understanding stricken hands, and becometh surety in the presence of his friend. He loveth transgression that loveth strife, and he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. Verse 20. He that had a forward heart findeth no good, and he that had a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. Verse 21. He that begetteth a fool do it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool have no joy. But watch this, verse 22. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. But I'm gonna read. Look, this the same. But a broken spirit drive the bones. Verse 23. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Verse 24. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. Verse 25. A foolish son is the grief to his father, and the bitterness to her that beareth him. Verse 26. Also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equity. Verse 27. He that hate knowledge spareth his words, and a man's of understanding is often excellent spirit. Verse 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, it is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed man of understanding. Man, this is powerful right here. Just went back and read that. That was just some powerful wisdom right there. Proverbs chapter 15 verse 13. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but the sorrow of the heart, the spirit is broken. Verse 14. The heart of him that had understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. Seeketh on foolishness. Hey, let's get one more. We can go to Psalms chapter 94 verse 13. And then we're gonna get two more. That thou hast made, Psalms 94 verse 13, that thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity, until the pit be digged for the wicked. For the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. But judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Verse 16. Who will rise up? Let me read. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Verse 17. Unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. Verse 18. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. 19. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, that comforts delight my soul. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring up them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord our God shall cut them off. So all these things, and look, and then that concludes the among that's declared the days with the scriptures. So hold on, I got to get this one. Isaiah chapter 66. Oh yeah, this one right here. I say this one right here. Right here, 15 through 24. Isaiah 66, 15 through 24. Now watch this. This is what the Most High is going to be doing. This is where we got to get ourselves right and come against anxiety and depression and all these things, and come back into righteousness, loving ourselves as God and marinated gods and goddesses of the Most High, of our divine Creator that love us. And then a lot of times this here, what people don't really have to understand is the Most High love those He chastises because He want us to be better. Want us to conquer this flesh, so we can get our spiritual man right. Give us all these things that we need: shelter, love, joy, peace, wisdom, knowledge. It's love. And then if you being disobedient now, the Most High will allow things to happen. Because He told you not to hang with that particular individual, don't be doing what they doing, will allow anxiety, depression to come in. Will allow it to happen. But when you start doing what's righteousness and come against those negative things, the Most High will remove those things will remove those things from your life. Trying to get our attention. So the Most High have to do things to get, don't want to do that, but hey, you have to it's like a chess game, the Most High have to set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? But this was going to happen right here. Isaiah chapter 66, 15 through 24. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's go to verse 14. Well, Isaiah chapter 66, verse 14. And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb. And the hand of the Lord shall be known toward His servants, and His indignation towards His enemies. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render His anger with fury, and His rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by His sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. For I know that their works and their thoughts, it shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, Pool, and Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal and Javan, to the isles afar off, that they have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Lord out of all nations, upon horses and in chariots and litters, and upon mules, and upon swift beasts, to my holy mountain Jerusalem, said the Lord. As the children of Israel, the melanated children, bring an offering in clean vessels unto the house of the Lord. And I will also take them for the priests, for the Levites, said the Lord, the melanated priests, for as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, said the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die, neither their fire be quenched, and they shall be abhorrent unto all flesh. You see there? The Most High is going to set some things straight around here. We got all this negativity. We got all this things that the media trying to push up on melanated people. And a lot of times our people, the most High, if you don't, even if you're a melanated brother or sister that's doing unrighteous, the Most High gonna have to deal with you. Got to slam dunk up on you. Gonna have to hit the uppercut to the throat. And set the record straight to show that our other melanated brothers and sisters don't need to follow in the footsteps of the wicked that's doing unrighteousness. That's trying to bring depression, trying to bring anxiety in other people's lives. The Most High is dealing with that. See, all these things that's going on right now, they think they getting away. Like I said, these folks, they think they getting away with pulling us over and all this here and doing this, that, and the third, but they don't know. The Most High is allowing it so we can get back on worshiping Him. So we can set the record. So set the record straight. Come to your own. Come back home to the melanated family. Come on back to the cookout, And I'ma say this right here. This y'all already know what this book is right here. Y'all already know. And this supporting page 12. And it says, this the topic, let's make a slave the origin of the development of a social being called the Negro. This what they saying. This what they say. And I'm just reading the documentation. Ain't gonna be too long. Let us make a slave a slave. What do I need? First of all, we need a black N man, a pregnant N woman, and her baby N boy. Second, I will use the same basic principle that we use in the breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. When we do it with horses, we break them from one form of life to another. That is, we reduce them from their natural state in nature, whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take of their needs and the needs of their offspring. We break the natural string of independence from them, and they thereby create a dependency state so that we may be able to get from them useful for production for our business and pleasure. Don't they use us in the sports? Don't they use us out here in the industry? Don't they use us out here? It's like anything. We consider nothing to them. But the Most High love us. See, a lot of times when you don't have respect for yourself and love your melanated, when you love your melanated ancestors, you love the Most High, you ain't got to worry with all that. You breaking generational curses. You breaking depression. You breaking anxiety that you able to see your ancestors, how they left everything for us. Not religion, spirituality, culture, history, women, food, so forth and so on, that we need to be doing. That we have everything that's in us. We know how to do everything. But like they said, for business and pleasure, they take what we have and they put a patent on it. Take as for them, like with the Jack Daniel bill liquor, so to speak. The clothes that we wear, like FUBU, all like Fat Form, all that stuff, man, that's ours. Some of that stuff is not ours. They mix it. So just know, like I said, when you go and then plus it's in the music too. Like when you go back and listen to all that old school rap, like I did my other video. When you go back and listen to that rap, like back in the day with Rakim, KRS-One, Grandmaster Flash, and like Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Pac, and all them. when they was dropping that real knowledge, telling stories, making it fat, making it funny and glad. Everybody getting the wisdom and knowledge, loving yourself. Everything is cool, but they want to break you like a horse so they get into your subconscious mind to make it seem that you are nothing, whereas the Most High say you are the children of the Most High. You are God and Goddess. I have to keep saying that and speaking that on the day, say it on these videos and these teaching, these wisdom teachings and workout videos to know that, hey, when you love yourself, you don't care what anybody say, even if it's a melanated brother or sister that has negativity in their life. They trying to spew that out. You can come against that and not hear what they say. Return right back to sender, because they got to eat those words. And look, this is another part right here. Cardinal principles for making a Negro. For the fear that our future generations may not understand the principles of breaking those both horses and man, we lay down the art. For if we are to sustain our basic economy, we must break and tie both of the beats together, the end in the horse. We understand that short-range planning and economics results in periodic economic chaos, so that to avoid turmoil in the economy, it requires to have breadth and depth in long-range comprehensive planning, articulating both skills and sharp perception. We lay down the following principles for a long-range comprehensive economic planning. 1. Both the horse and end are no good to the economy in the wild or natural state. 2. Both must be broken and tied together for orderly production. 3. For the orderly futures, special and particular attention must be paid to the female and the young offspring. 4. Both must be crossbreed to produce a variety in division of labor. 5. Both must be taught to respond to a particular new language. 6. Psychological and physical instruction of containment must be created for both. We hold the above 6 cardinal principles as truths to be self-evident based on the following discourse concerning the economics of breaking and trying the horse and the end together, the inclusive of the 6 principles laid down above. Note, neither principles alone will suffice for good economics. All principles must be employed for the only good of the nation. And then watch this, what they say here. I'm almost finished. Accordingly, both a wild horse and a wild or natural end is dangerous even if captured, for they will have a tendency to seek their customary freedom. In doing so, might kill you in your sleep. You cannot rest. They sleep while you are awake, and are awake while you sleep. They are dangerous near the family house and requires too much labor to watch them away from the house. Above all, you cannot get them to work in the natural state. Hence, both the horse and the end must be broken, that is, break from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body and take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. Now, the breaking process is the same for both the horse and the horse and the end, only slightly varying in the degrees. But as we said before, there is an art in long-range economic planning. You must keep your eye and thoughts on the female and the offspring of the horse and the end. Now I'm gonna stop it right there. This is why they want to take the man. They giving you take the man out the house and the body is broken down. Bring division. That's what the enemy want us to do. Everyone to have depression, anxiety, division within the melanated family, because the Most High is within family. Pay attention. Hey, don't be ignorant of Satan devices. Don't be ignorant of the negative energies that try to come into our melanated kingdom, our melanated civilization. I'm telling you, and a lot of time we got to be careful on who we are out here listening to, and who we think your so-called friends on. Like my boy Zero did a song. No, there is no such thing as friends, only associates. Be careful who trying to bring anxiety and depression in your life, and what the TV and what the fad. I'm telling y'all, be careful. We watch how everything is moving out here. Don't be ignorant. Just hold on for a second. We can't be ignorant out here. Don't be ignorant. No. And like I said, if y'all want anything, because I don't want to be too long, but let's see. And then y'all already know this from the Black Root Science book. Right here. In the chapter 16. The causes of illness. None of the animals are used for food. Some of the plants are edible. All these prototype plants used for food are called the trees of life. They are used by the leaders to prolong their lives beyond the normal 7,000 year lifespan. The elders lived for over 700,000 years using the trees of life as nourishment. See, they're trying to tell you that how our ancestors they didn't eat meat as they didn't really eat meat. They ate from the ground and they ate from the trees. Natural state. Most I give you long life, the tree of life. No. And it states, can anyone really live that long? Believe it, you will soon witness it. And it states, what causes sickness? Are there separate causes for every illness, or is there one genetic reason why people become ill? This may sound strange to most people, but among the people of the black nation, the melanated nation, is their natural environment. There is no sickness. Remember, watch this, pay attention. Sickness did not exist before 6,000 years ago, or even 8. Sometimes people say 8,000. I'm just saying that it's not in the context, but it will cease to exist after the end of this cycle, because that's what they say. The Most High will come with the consuming fire, will plead all that out, get all that negative out of here, all that. No. We don't want that in your life. You don't want that in the melanated kingdom, you know. All sickness is caused by neglecting some aspect of your character. See your spirit, man. That will sound even strange to all modern people who have been raised and educated to believe in the physical causes of illness alone. Every illness is related to some aspect of your character. The body is the unity of all aspects of character, and neglecting one or more of them results in illness in the corresponding part of the body. Among our people in our natural environment, there is no neglecting of any part of our character. We also know the proper foods to eat in the right time to eat them. So sickness does not have the slightest chance to exist. See there? Having all these sicknesses and depression, all that stuff. like I say, all this stuff right here, I'm telling y'all, when melanated people, I'm telling y'all, man, the enemy is gonna try to always find some way to bring division within the melanated kingdom, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Even the common cold isn't obvious that the common cold is caused by stress when the weather changes, especially from one season to the next. It exerts or external stress on the body. If the body is already on the internal stress of modern life, then you easily become a prey to viruses. If you could remove all internal stress, thereby restoring the aspect of your character, external stress would have no effect on you. This is the question. It's almost impossible to remove internal stress. There is so much pressure in everyday modern life. Yes, this is the time for such things. It wasn't always this way, nor will it remain like this for much longer. I know, and look, I know you said this. This somebody like asking the question, and he responded it. I know you said to keep the questions to present subject, but you mentioned the cycles before. Can I ask you more about that? We'll have enough time to discuss all the details concerning cycles, but the first things first. So all people were taught about the aspect of character and how to stay healthy. Yes, there are 10 festivals that we call like rituals. During each one, the people are taught about the aspects. The character of every individual develops in a timely manner, starting from childhood. See that everything starts childhood. Everything starts in the spiritual realm. Get to the mind and look, the body flow. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. The first 7,000 aspects of character are taught to the children from the age 7 until they are 14 years old. The school system is set up such that they attend the rituals 3 or 4 times a week or about 7 months of every year. The attendance is not too continuous. Naturally, they break during the planting and harvesting season and at other times. I already mentioned the ancient calendar division had a week of 10 days, making 3 weeks to every month. The 12 months have 30 days each, with 5 or 6 days added at the end of the year, depending on whether it was a regular or a leap year. The calendar exactly as our ancestors, the ancient melanated, the Cometians recorded in their writings what they kept system well into about 2,000 years ago. Then gonna read on here. Diseases, the ancient Mayans, the ancient Toltecs, the Aztecs, the Cometians, the ancient what's another one they had, man? The ancient Phoenicians, all of them, they knew about all this stuff. The ancient, even before the ancient Atlanteans, they knew about all this. And then watch the disease fall under 2 classes of causes. Those caused by a deficiency in these individuals' own character, and those imposed on them to do a deficiency in someone else's character. See that? The example you gave falls under the second class, where the deformity is not the result of a particular deficiency in the individual, but a character flaw in another person, who then impose it on her by committing a crime against her. There are many examples of this type of imposition, some due to neglect. Some united results in a deformities, trauma, addiction, and diseases. One common example is improper or adequate breastfeeding. A lot of mothers in modern society breastfeed their children very inadequately, if at all. Once a child has mother's milk directly from her breast, there is no substitute that can take its place. But many women are advised to feed artificial formulas to their children. The most common damage that results from this comes in adulthood, the form of the cigarette addiction. Unbelievable as it may sound, a large percentage of addiction to cigarettes is a result of insufficient time spent at the mother's breast. Cigarette companies know this and design cigarettes but the same color as the other one's nipple, and make the rest of the other ones like milk to evoke those childhood memories. Not to mention the chemicals they add to make sure people stay addicted. One drug addiction caused by the efficient love of getting to infants who needed the most. Later in adulthood, after experiencing the high of drugs, it reminds them the parental love that they experienced but as few times and have been yearning for ever since. After the first high, they seek in vain to recapture that feeling and thus become addicted. All such ignorant impositions can be removed easily by training all people from childhood to develop their character properly. Such training would result in proper ways of raising children. At present, this ignorance is passed from generation to generation. Adding to that are the diseases that come from the person's own character deficiencies. These are caused mostly by a lack of character development or improper development as a child. The biggest of these is the non-development of the natural courage in children. So many children are raised in conditions of fear. They are taught to fear strangers, to fear their own parents, to fear the dark, even their own fantasies that come from their imaginations. This assaulting of fear destroys the natural fearlessness of courage that all children are born with. The fear then later on causes many diseases such as asthma and allergies. Neglecting to develop self-love in children warps their character the most and results in a myriad of disease such as diabetes, obesity, and so on. As we continue with biology/genetics, I will give more examples of other diseases and character flaws that come down. You see there? And also, and look, this is a good book, The Black Group Science. And like I say, get this one right here concerning your health, man. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, concerning your spiritual growth with the Most High, your health, and I'm telling that all this stuff plays a major part. And everything starts at the childhood. Everything starts at home. You see, we got like I said, that's how the enemy tries to do. You take the man out, everything fall, the body gonna fall. You see there? Or you take the womanite as well. Take the womanite, the body flows. See what I'm saying? We have to really pay attention. Pay attention on how the enemy's trying to do things out there. I'm not just saying it. I'm not saying this. My ancestors said it. You know, when I say mine to my hour, the melanated ancestors told us what we need to be doing. What the Most High requires us to be doing. Got to stay coming against these negative energies on a daily basis. And also, don't be ignorant what's in the flesh too. I'm telling y'all. I love y'all. Hey, y'all have a blessed rest of y'all day. Stay positive. Come against negativity. And play like the script, like the script says, train up a child in the way that he or she shall go, and will not depart from thee. Yeah, hey, peace and love. Keep it melanated. Yeah, blessed day. To the pyramids and back.